If you don't want the result of past crew battle matches spoiled, then please go back and watch the other crew battles before you watch this one. This is a cut-up version of the Wasabi Discord crew battles. These events are hosted from the Wasabi Discord, which the link will be down below if you would like to join any of these. These matches are also streamed live on Twitch, and both of mine and Wasabi's channels will be listed down below if you wanted to watch these live. If you are unfamiliar with how the crew battles work, essentially it's 10 different teams of 3, all coming together and playing each other team once. In these matches, each team will play a 3s match, a 2s match, and a 1s match against the other team, each of these series being a best of 3. For the 3s match, every single player on the team will play against every single player on the other team. The team that lost the 3s will get the chance to choose which game mode they want to play first, out of the 2s and the 1s. Whoever wins the 3s match chooses who they want to go in the 1s match, and then the other team will choose who they want to pit against that player. The remaining 2 players from each team play in the 2s match. Whichever team wins will gain a base 3 points, and if the match is a sweep, meaning they win the 3s, the 2s, and the 1s, they will get a bonus point. And if the team that lost this match managed to win one of these games, whether that be the 3s, 2s, or 1s, they will get a bonus point for not being swept. But without further ado, the crew battle will commence.
Event, specifically I should say, for this event. So, we will see. His name is Physics, but I'll try and translate to Cam as often as I can. That goes down the line. We saw KATB get swept yesterday. It was a bit of a heartbreaking series for them. They just lost the 3s against Mitch's OG's team in OT. Mitch scored a kickoff goal in OT in game number 3. And then they sent Dak in to face off in the 1s against TJ. Dak in a really strong position in that series. Ended up losing. But it is KATB that opened it up here. Those are the 3 people that choose the server. Imagine. Yeah, webcam's the go. For sure, mate. It's only because I had the SLR already that I decided to go for that. I mean, at the end of the day, an SLR will double as an SLR, whereas a webcam's only really going to be a webcam. But if you do get an SLR, keep in mind that you will need a video capture device and a battery pack as well. So, like, rather than using batteries, I have a power pack that plugs into the wall with a battery attached to the end of it, so it actually runs on mains power rather than battery power. Otherwise, it would not last very long at all in video mode. All these things need to be considered when choosing that as an option. Cam pushes into the corner. Yeah, the KATB team, obviously Nob's going to be one of the strongest 1s players we have. We've obviously got Fantasy Rav and Parzival that are all up there as well. There's probably the big 4, you'd say, as the 1s players, but Nob will win most of the matchups he's in. So if they can get through the 3s and send Nob in, they will be a good chance in most of the series. It was disappointing for them last night, losing the 3s like they did in OT in game number 3, and had to try and work things out from there. Ended up getting swept in what was actually a very close series all around. Ended up with no points and giving the OGs the full 4 points, I should say, the full maximum 4 points. Not forever, Brentfire, never. Poor Brentfire. Yeah, I was just talking to Brentfire recently about his availability for these. He's probably going to be similar to me and be almost restricted to weekends only, which is going to be rough. He was even talking about maybe not being available for the whole event. Wasn't quite sure what he was signing up for at the time, and although he says it does look fun, he may not be available, so we may end up replacing him depending how things go. I'll chat to him after this, see how he goes, and see how he... Oh, Nob with a 50 over the top. Scores their second. Yeah, it'd be good if Brentfire could stick around. I think he's a good fit for this team, rank-wise. I don't know how they all gel together in comms and whatnot, but they seem to be averaging out to the same rank that we are used to seeing. And people like Brenpire are pretty hard to replace in the Discord because most of the players around his rank are already in teams. And I'm sure that Cam and Confoggle won't be happy unless they replace him with someone of similar rank and ability. Yeah. Have you been recording the videos, Mitch, as you've been streaming to do that? Oh, Sheep scores their third. KATB dominating this. You need receive VODs, yeah. Yeah, of course we got the VODs, but you can actually just hit the record button on Streamlabs and it should save the video file, which should probably be a lot cleaner than the VOD. And I think you can change the video quality of the one that you record as well, so you can up the bitrate and up it to 60 frames and go 1080 and whatever you need to do to save that video in the highest possible quality, if that's what you'd like to do. We could create like a whole new YouTube channel just dedicated to the Discord or whatever, Mitch, if that's what you had in mind. I'm not too sure what you were thinking. Penguin keeps this one out. Sounds like a little bit of work getting that all up and running. Yeah, I feel like I've got enough on my plate with the two little munchkins running around. I almost didn't make it to the stream tonight. I actually pulled an absolute ripper of a dad move as Nob scores their 4th goal. My 4-year-old was refusing to go to bed, just being the normal pain in the ass that he usually is going to bed. So I pretended to start crying in front of him, and that changed his mood very, very quick. Oh, scores, my bad. Whoops. That is my bad. We have no scores. Why is it taking so long for someone to tell me? Oh, I need to give you editor to download the VODs. Oh, okay. Let's do a raw footage. Raw footage. Yeah, I guess so. I know you can hit the record button at the bottom of Streamlabs, right next to your start stream button, and it'll just like record the whole thing for you. That's probably the easier way to go. It just saves it to your computer in your videos folder. And you can just upload them from there. Don't worry about Twitch at all. If you think people would be into it, mate, I guess it'd be a good way for people to watch it. But I mean, the people that are in it can watch the VODs anyway if they really want to. This is absolute smashing from KATB. I'm not sure what's going on with the boys on Washed Up, living up to the name at the moment. I thought they were going to be strong in this threes matchup. We'll be having a slightly higher average rank. Aussie Hades, welcome to the stream. But jeez. Stop, indeed. KATB absolutely slaughtering Washed Up at the moment. Your CPU is brief. Yeah, I haven't actually tried like doing a full stream and recording yet. I'd be interested to see how my PC holds up as well. My PC actually has, oh my, what a shot by Sheep. He is cracked tonight. He's scored 4 goals in this match. KATB have 7. And boy, oh boy, this is a smashing in the threes. And this is what we talked about last night. KATB really need to win the threes. Because if they win the threes, they can send Nob in for the ones. And he will not lose many if he is playing well. Oh, it's an i5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just rocking an AMD. I suppose like you once you go Intel, you're committed, right? Because that's motherboard and everything. But I just got the Ryzen 5, which seems to be pretty good, pretty cheap. And there you go, Cam. It took him 7 seconds in game number 2 to get on the board. Could not register a goal in the full 5 minutes in game number 1. But here they come. I'm sure they will look to make up for the last game. 7-0 thrashing at the hands of Nob, Dakaran and Sheep. A double commit on the kickoff. Brenpire goes from the right-hand side. Interesting play. They'll send them into attack though. Sheep tries to push it out. Confoggle's rotating back. So is Cam. They're both going to be fighting over the same boost on that side of the field. Nob challenge as well. Pushes it into the corner. Could be a bit of a boost struggle here. The boys on Washed Up. As they're stranded in defence. Sheep moves in but gives the ball away to Brenpire. Dakaran looking to take control, but you see the 2 Washed Up boys coming straight at him. Nob's going to have to make a save. He does well. And they will work it out again. A new webcam clips. Ooh. What are you going to do? Some streaming? Is that your intention? Are you a streamer? I'm not even sure. Sheep moving in. I think Sheep scored a good 4 or 5 goals in the first game. Full minute has gone by without KATB registering one here. Washed Up, working things out. Dakaran needs to make a save. He does well. A couple of the Washed Up boys lurking in the attack. Renpai with the double touch off the back wall does well. Good control of his car. Gets the first touch up the wall and follows it down all the way into the net. The long Dominus just pushing it straight over the top of 2 of the defenders from KATB, and they have doubled their lead. You have a 10-900? Whoa. Wait, 10-900? That's not how you say that. 10-900? Yeah, whatever. I don't know. that works. Lifts with the CPU flex. Sheep gets a touch off the wall. It does not look as easy for KATB as it did in game number 1. They were scoring at will for the majority of that game. Having a much harder time of it here. Well positioned, Confoggle keeps that shot out from Nob and sends them back into attack. Dakaran with a poor jump off the back wall, doesn't make contact, takes the ball away from Nob, who is looking to do a solo play down the line. Sheep ends up getting a 50 with him, and they do just surrender the ball after a pretty poor passage of play. Oh, the bump comes in from Cam on Brentpie. That goes high. I am not sure how they've survived. But Washed Up have survived an attack from KATB that looked incredibly threatening. Comes out off their goal line. Brentpie moves into attack. Now looks for the double. Doesn't get it. Ball squirts away from Cam as well. He doesn't get a chance. Oh, you can come in and cast if you like, mate. I'm chilling. You can have a little breather if you like. Give yourself a couple of games break or whatever. Half the game's gone. The 7 goals that KATB scored in game number 1 looks a lifetime ago as they struggle to get one on the board here in game number 2. Dakaran just sending it downfield. The passing play is not really working out for KATB here. They're just going for the long hits down the line. And Washed Up are all over it this time, though. Oh, Dakaran gets it wide. Nob tries to get it in off the back post. Doesn't make contact. And again, it's Brentpie pushing the Washed Up boys into attack. Pushes this one wide. Confoggle controlling touch as it gets smashed downfield. Brentpie stuck in the corner looking for boost. Was not expecting the shot to come so quick. I do most of the talking, that's true. I do. That's very true. I'm very much a casting hog. I can bring you in if you like, Mitch, for game number 2. I won't disrupt the boys at the moment. Oh wait, I didn't even do the thing. Sorry, I'm a bit frazzled at the moment after just putting my son to bed. Doesn't sound like I can't hear kids screaming, so that's a good sign. Dakaran with a kickoff goal here. Oh my word. And all of a sudden, the KATB boys have the 2 goals they need. They have leveled us up. And like I was saying earlier, this 3's matchup is one that they will desperately want to win. They don't have 2 flags already? I don't think they have 2 flags already. They've got 1 flag. One flag that's down. Don't they? Surely. That's what I can see. Okay, never mind. Nob slams that one in off a good pass from Dakaran. In fact, I think he stole that from Dakaran. Dakaran had that one on target and nobody was going to stop it. Nob wants the points. I did comment, and I do know that he watches the VODs. I did comment a couple of times last time that Nob finished the 3 matches on the bottom of his team's score list. I think it was in both of their, or all 3 of their 3's matches, he found himself at the bottom of their scores list, which is something that he's looking to rectify by stealing Dakaran's goals, which is fair enough. I would do the same, without question. Confoggle and Dak, nice 50 in the back corner. Nob punches this into the wall, hoping for rotation from his teammates, but they're both recovering. This one will fall to Washed Up. Good demo comes in from Dakaran on Cam. Confoggle rotating in. Nob's going to have to make a touch off the back wall to clear it. He does well. Cam's there. Brentpie's there. They're looking to press the attack again. They're under a minute remaining. They need to find the final goal to level the game. Otherwise, the 3's will go in favour of KATB, and they will have a tough time recovering from that deficit with Nob available for the ones. Foggle pushes this one high. Penguin moves in, smashes it against the back wall out wide. Dakaran's going to rotate in. He's got no boost, but gets a good shot on target. Foggle needs to make a touch. Brentpire's going to chase it up. 19 seconds, all that remains now to find this last goal. And I'm not sure who they're even going to send in for the ones. I think it may be Brentpire, because I think Confoggle wants to play with Cam, his regular teammate, in the twos. And Brentpire levies back to the wall. He is not a ones player. This I know from personal experience. And the KATB boys take the threes. Sheep up against Brentpire. Going for the big brain strats Nob. Yeah, I know. Amazing. I thought you would be going in because I think they don't really have a dedicated ones player other than Confoggle, which I think you would have beaten. But regardless, you are going to put yourself in the position to win the twos with good old Dakaran. Join Discord. Where's Discord? Oh, yeah, fair enough. Sorry, Mitch. Mate, I forgot to bring you in. I did say I was going to do that. Many things to think about. There you go. I've invited you to the party. You're welcome to join at your leisure.
Hello. Okay. We'll do.
Brentpire dropping the great pass as Penguin slams in the goal over the top of him. How was the stream, mate? Seemed like it went pretty well.
Yeah, it went better than my normal streams because I had about 18 different keybinds. So, you know.
It's just bringing the getting the old Wasabi Discord banner taken down. I stuffed that one up myself early on in game number 1. Penguin goes in for the quick challenge. What a save by Brentpire, though.
Oh, yeah.
Brentpire, the higher ranked player in other game modes, but does not play ones. And Confoggle and Cam picked him.
Oh, but that's unlucky.
And they've sent him in. And that is unlucky by Sheep, as Brentpire does find his first goal. Interesting to see how he warms up to this ones format. It is not his game mode. I know he doesn't like it, and he doesn't play it.
I mean, I think Brentpire just going to need to... He plays a lot of 3s and 2s, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
Yeah, probably just going to need to rein back his plays a little bit, play a little bit less aggressive, and I think he should be able to adjust pretty well. And it looks like he's doing it pretty well so far, at least with the 50s.
He's taken the lead. What do you think about the strats from KATB here? I thought Nob would be sending himself in for the ones. Absolutely. I 100% thought that Nob was just going to go for the ones, knowing that he is the far higher ranked player than anybody else in the lobby, but decides to go for the twos instead. The birthday. I keep forgetting to take those down. I need to take those down because it's nobody's birthday that I know of. John Travolta looking for the party. Or the party members, at least.
No one showed up to the party, unfortunately.
No, it happens, man. I know those feels. Penguin gets a whiff on this ball. It's your birthday on Saturday, Nob. There you go.
Take it, though.
I'll definitely have the birthday. I'll get some extra birthday ones just for you, my man. Anything for my man, Nob. We'll get John Travolta at a party with heaps of people around for you, because that's the way it should be.
You need some bauble ones to match his theme.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, looking like it'll be a very hard-fought victory for sure.
Yeah, Brentpire, strong player. Brentpire's the player that I actually... yes, sir. Brentpire's the player that I actually hit GC with back in the day, which was not actually that long ago. I was playing with Brentpire, who Daniil and I actually found randomly in a casual match.
Yes, sir.
Hit him up, and he was available the next night. And boy, oh boy, we went off. Yes, sir.
I didn't hear the sound, so all I can hear was just that.
There's all sorts of stuff happening here. Everyone's redeeming the rewards. We have Fruition. Fruition, my favourite one.
Oh,
Turtle hats.
Turtle hat.
Shark baits drop the turtle hat. As seems to be very, very common these days. I need some more. I need some more rewards around that price. So that people can claim things other than me having to wear this turtle on my head. Sheep not out of this one, mate. He does play a bit of ones, Sheep. If he can keep his cool, it's going to be a bit of a one's brains versus mechanics situation here, possibly. But Brentfire taking this one away with full momentum. Takes the ball off the wall. Doesn't get a good first touch. Ball's still travelling towards net. Sheep's going to have to make a save. No, Brentfire gets it off the crossbar and out. Series of unlucky events for Brentfire there. Looked like a good opportunity. Still holds on to the 1-goal advantage heading into the second half of this first match in this best of 3 once. A marbles reward. What are you thinking for marbles reward, Cliffs? What, just claim it and I play marbles on the stream?
Yeah, play a couple marbles matches.
I'm telling you right now, though, I can play marbles on stream, but I am never ever doing cash marbles again. Because what happened, and I don't know if he's here in chat, he might be, but if you are in chat, I don't really care anyway. You probably need to hear this as well. But what happened was the guy that won Samuration was from Lebanon. And Lebanon don't allow PayPal. So when he won, he was messaging me on Discord, trying to get me to open up this Lebanese bank account so that I could transfer him 30 Australian dollars that he won on stream. Oh, Brent Pie, oh, I thought he'd stuffed that up. And, like, I'm not going to show you the conversation we have, but I reckon we exchanged probably 50 or 60, like, messages. And, like, I'm already, like, pretty time poor when it comes to managing the Discord, managing the tournaments and stuff. And I've got this guy from Lebanon trying to get me to open up Lebanese bank accounts so that I can send him $30 Australian. It was a good time. It was a good time. I basically told him that, you know, you find a PayPal email, and I'll send you some money, mate. Don't you worry. And you know that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough for him. He still had to message me every 6 hours to find out if I was still going to send him the money when he did finally get me an email. Which I always replied yes. Just get me the email. And that is my long-winded story of the death of Cash Marbles. For your viewing pleasure. Sheep, his attack is not good enough at the moment to get past Benpry, who's moving around pretty quick. Looks pretty comfortable at the moment, doesn't he? Not getting himself into any silly positions. And able to shut down all of Sheep's players so far. As I say that, he goes for boost to the mid, but does get back. Benpry missing this one, looking to fluff around a little bit. Doesn't play much ones, probably doesn't realise how slender a 2-goal advantage is with 20 seconds to go in a ones match. But definitely looks comfortable. Saying that, Dakaran looked comfortable yesterday against TJ. We know how that one went. Penguin looking for the last second goal, drops the ball, and we do see Brenpie taking game number 1. He will avoid people that are desperate for the $30, so desperate in fact that they want me to open overseas bank accounts and that sort of rubbish. Sheep with his work cut out for him, gets a nice fake. I guess Brenpie just disappeared.
What a fake.
Disappeared from our sight there.
Yeah, fakes the shot and Brenpie is gone.
Brenpie at full speed. Boy, oh boy.
He was coming straight in for that.
ACO, yeah, money in, money out all over the place, Sculty. It's going to be a horrible tax return this year.
I was thinking of, getting a sound clip of just where'd he go as one of the stream rewards. I feel like that could be a great addition.
That's a good one. Good original one. Donations. Donations, yeah, donations. You don't pay tax on donations, right?
You might? I don't know.
Poverty
in America, you probably do.
Yeah.
I think Twitch should take a cut of it anyway, because that's the Australian law that the business must do it, I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
They don't touch the donations, I don't think. PayPal does. They take their couple of percent or whatever. Brentpie strikes back. Sheep got the first couple of goals here, actually. Brentpie, Sheep too slow there. Doesn't go for the ball, just sits on the ground. Brentpie just moves in and slams it into his net. Nowhere near that. Not small amount of scrims? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think they'd be too bothered by that sort of thing. I mean, when you're an affiliate, like when you get the payouts from your when you get the payouts from your subs and cheers and that sort of thing, that does come taxed, I believe. I haven't actually had one of those yet, but I believe it does, because you enter your tax details and that when you do that, so... Don't use your government name on stream. Yeah, no, I'm actually using my wife's name, so that should work out pretty well.
You've got it all figured out, though.
You're talking to the wrong person.
Flawless plan. Yeah. So you'd have to talk to my wife about that one.
Why would I call myself Rissa? That doesn't make any sense. Clearly after the wrong person.
By the way, Rissa, I have made a YouTube or a Gmail account for the YouTube account that we put the crew battles on.
What'd you call it?
Risabi tournaments.
Oh, perfect. Nice, man, nice. Is it going to be like accessible for both of us then, in that case, or are you going to manage the whole thing?
I sent you the stuff.
Ah, yeah, I see a few red dots on my Discord at the moment from private chats. There's 3 different layers of green dots as Brenpie takes the lead. Sheep took a nearly 2-goal lead in this second match, but it's Brenpie that struck back. Nice little challenge over the top of Sheep, looking to walk that down the field in his roof. Dangerous little play. Brenpie not having any of it. He's changed out of the Dominus, I just noticed, in the Octane. Looking very standard. The superior car, of course. And look at that speed. Absolutely slaughters Sheep on the race to the kickoff. Puts it straight past him. And scores their 4th. Apologies to anyone that's watching that wanted to play in the both the fakes go for the fake kickoff. That's always amusing. Sorry. Anybody that wanted to play in the 2s on the weekend, we have cancelled that one. It was going to be a bit of effort actually organising all that. I think it's a good opportunity on the Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, and late or deep into the evening even we could do on Saturdays for most people, to knock out a bunch of these crew battles. I think that, I don't know what your availability is, Mitch, but I think you're pretty flexible on the Saturdays, so... Empire gets the fake back on Sheep. This time Sheep has gone full speed past the ball. Very similar circumstances. That's beautiful from Empire. Absolutely beautiful fake.
Another point as to why we need the where'd he go?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, the 2s will be cancelled. I know there's people that aren't in this that did want to play. There aren't many, but it is just absolutely prime time to get the crew battles done. And getting those 2s tournaments off the ground is actually quite a lot of work. By the time we make teams and make names, and these days we get people complaining about the teams, and we deal with that for 4 days. And when we finally do host a tournament, it takes all night. And I think we've got all this set up, so I think we'll just crack on with this at least for the following week, till we get out and find our feet here and get through a bunch of the matches and find out exactly how we're going schedule-wise, how long this is going to take and whatnot. I think it's probably best just to forget. Oh, what a shot by Sheep! Reads that beautifully. Yeah, no worries, man.
Excellent shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot by Sheep. I think it was pretty unanimous. So I put the thing up in Discord, and there was a couple of people that were interested in playing the 2s, but the majority wanted to have their opportunity to play in more of these. I was entertaining as well, and I'm interested in your thoughts. Yeah, I know. Well, we got Sharkbait that wants to start streaming. I think he told me that he has OBS installed.
Man, he has a lot of troubles coming towards him if he wants to set up all this shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't have to have the overlay systems that we have. I mean, I think, like Grimsy said in the chat, how are we going to have the OGs versus sex appeal when we're both the dedicated streamers at the moment? And Sharkbait would be a good option. I see Doomer there saying he can host that. Are you a regular streamer, Doomer? Because that would be a good option as well.
He used to be. I don't think he does now, but he did used to stream.
Yeah, we should say that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I did put out a general notice for people that if they're interested in streaming, then we can hit them up. So I was putting the feelers out. We got a couple of replies. Salt Nation and Dead Set had replied to that. But I was just waiting to see how Mitch and I go getting into a rhythm and getting these done during weekdays and weekends, see how many we can get through as to how we would need, because it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult already between Mitch and I to try and work out who's doing what. I find, Mitch, I don't know if you feel the same, but I feel like it's quite a complicated thing when you've got two streamers streaming the same event to sort of work around each other and try and figure out who's doing which matches and who's available when and which teams are going to play in which ones and whatnot. So if we brought 3 or 4 streamers into that, it would actually become a bit of a nightmare at the moment until things settle down a little bit. So we'll just wait. We'll see how we're going for a little while.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
I mean, if you're going to do that, you could probably make a group chat where you just, like, everyone announces what they're doing, I suppose. Probably make it easier.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's just that one where you post who's, you know, streamers are available this time, and then, you know, the people are messaging those streamers, and the other streamers don't really know what's going on as well. That's what, that will be the case if you have multiple streamers, and yeah, it just makes things a bit awkward. We'll just see how it settles down. We'll see how it settles down a little bit over the next week or so. And obviously, our match that we come up against each other, Mitch, we will need a second streamer, a third streamer, I should say. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's a good 45 matches to get through, so we don't need to rush into that one.
Oh, yeah. Sheep actually has made a big comeback in this match. She was even with Brenpai for a little bit.
Yeah, I did see
before
that.
Brenpai scored the last goal.
Sheep puts himself in an awful position here, though. Uses all of his boost to push the ball mid to Brenpai. All Brenpai needs to do is to get a little touch on target. Sheep won't be happy. Actually reversed in a strange circle. Looked like an old lady trying to reverse park. Found himself all out at sea. Brenpai gets that one in easily, extends his lead to 2. Oh, 18k tackle cry. Jeez. Has anyone got more than that? You got more than that, Mitch? 18k cries.
Yeah, well more. I have just about double that.
Oh, wow.
I've been saving.
Oh, Sheep with an opportunity. Jumps in the air with no boost and does some spins. What did Daniel call them last night? The twisty twirlies or whatever they were. Very ineffective.
Twirly whirly?
Twirly whirlies. The very ineffective twirly whirlies this time from Sheep. And washed up. Get the second series. Brenpai is done for the night. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problems, Cliff. We'll organise that. And Nob didn't put himself in for the 1s. Now he will have to win the 2s.
Oh, that could have been a goal there.
Oh no, he couldn't quite get around it, old Confoggle, unfortunately. Big opportunity goes begging. Nob and Confoggle both on 0 boost. Nob gets the better of the challenge. And a good 50 as well into Dakaran, but it falls to Cam as Dakaran misses. I think he's got it wide again. And that is the second big chance from Washed Up that has gone begging. Nob with a good challenge here, and we'll get a bit of time on the ball as well as Cam has to turn back. Takes to the air. It's an awkward challenge in the air from Nob. Uses a full tank of boost. Dakaran pushing Confoggle out of the play here.
Oh my god.
What a bump play.
What a bump. Wow. I mean, there's really no other thing to say. That was just calculated.
That hurts. Nob was not expecting it. Dakaran was not expecting it. The fake kickoff comes in from Cam and Confoggle. Confoggle takes the ball. It's Dakaran in net. Needs to make a save. Does well. Keeps it out. Straight to Cam, though. Nob's in the air. Looking to beat both players to the ball. Does well. And going to get a second touch on this as well. Just pushes it downfield. It's going to fall to the washed-up boys as Dak does move in for the challenge, but doesn't make contact. Confoggle and Cam with an opportunity here. Dak's coming in for the demo. You got to look out for that. You don't have too long on the wing to dribble the ball slow like that in a 2s match.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Nob and 2 balls team here do have the ranked advantage, but Washed Up, their rotations together, their synergy from playing together often is seeming like it's coming out on top so far.
Yeah, well, like I said, I am surprised that we saw Nob not play the 1s here. I think they would have, you know, I don't want to discount the players on the Washed Up team, but I don't think anyone would have had the advantage over Nob on that team. I think he would have had it reasonably comfortably. But now, 2-0 down in the 2s in game number 1. So much work to do. Ooh,
I think maybe... Do they choose first?
They chose first, yeah. No, they didn't choose first. No, they did. They did choose first.
Maybe they were just trying to make each team, I guess, as close as possible, but they misread which of the other team was going in.
Yeah, I mean,
Seems like
possibly. They chose Sheep to jump in, and
yeah.
I think Brenpai was always going to go in for the Washed Up boys, from what I hear. Both Cam and Confoggle wanted to play together. which I mean, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't pick Cry for their team. I know they had Cry as an option early on when they were drafting the teams. Cry is more of a dedicated 1v1 player than Brenpai is. But they went with Brenpai for a stronger threes team. Ended up losing the threes, which gave the opportunity to KATB to take the series in the ones. But again, like I keep saying, Nob wanted to play the twos. And here they find themselves in a situation where this is a much more even matchup than they probably would have got in the ones. Foggle with a good dribble, takes control. Dakaran moves up through the midfield. That is open. Why is that open? Cam gone for boost. It was Confoggle that gave up the ball in the midfield going for a dribble play. Doesn't get anywhere near the third touch. Actually gives the ball straight to Dakaran. The net clean open as Cam goes for boosts. And that is not a good team play.
Cam learning why they always say ball over boost now.
Yeah, I believe that was the case. I remember because I was talking to Turtle, and Turtle didn't have anyone to pick from because you were saying that you were on Washed Up, and Brenpai was saying that he was on Washed Up, and nobody knew why there were not enough players available. I thought I'd made a roster error with the amount of players I had to pick from. But it wasn't. It was just these guys had put all of the players in their back pocket and hadn't told them which ones have not made the cut. A good challenge from Nob. Confoggle with a lot of work to do. And KATB have scored the last 3 goals of this match to take the lead. It's Confoggle again that gives the ball away. Nob up quick. And Confoggle, after giving the ball away, unable to keep the ball out of the net. Oh, they didn't try you out? Oh, that's not what I heard. Interesting. Mixed reports coming from the Washed Up team. Shady business happening. Haven't seen much come out of Cam and Confoggle over the last couple of minutes. It's been all KATB. Nob with a chance here. Takes to the air. He's going to get a 50 here. Gets one, but it's fallen in favour of the Washed Up boys. Dakaran moves in. Just pushes it wide to give his team some time. It's again Confoggle that's awkward on the back wall. Good centering ball from Dakaran. Nob a little bit too far back. These guys are stone cold criminals. How'd you find it anyway, Brent? We'll play it in the ones, my man. How'd you find the event in total? I mean, that first threes match was rough. It was like 7-0, right? Otherwise, the second one was pretty close. And then obviously came good in the ones. Threes was rough, yeah. Threes is just a rough game mode, though. Trash game mode.
Agreed.
I guess you need to turn up to team training. Be late and you're running laps, buddy.
Oh, God. Need to drive a couple of kilometers before your training.
Dakaran moves in. That one's fallen straight to Confoggle. Nob jumps as the last man does well, though. Beats Confoggle by a mile. Drops to Cam in defense. Dakaran's going to move in for the challenge, prolonging the attack. Threes is greater than ones? Cry, come on, you don't mean that. You don't mean that. Oh, the dunk by Cam.
Oh my God.
Oh, Nob was not expecting that. Chips the ball through the midfield, looking to control it. It was actually Cam just falling. It just kept his line as he fell to the ground. Banks, 110 in-game points for his trouble. Twos sheep, yeah, man. Twos is where it's at. Twos is the perfect balance between ones and threes. The best game mode available. We go on overtime. Game number 1. Gee, KATB will be a little bit nervous here. If they lose this one in OT, they're going to have to win 2 series in a row. Otherwise, they are going to lose their second matchup for the tournament in a row. Getting swept by Mitch's OGs last night. This will hurt.
At least, yeah, they have at least, even if they do lose this, they've secured themselves a bonus point, so...
Cry dropping shade. Is that on target? It is.
Oh, that's it.
It is. Oh my. Washed Up have stolen the first of the twos. And boy, does this hurt. KATB. Leaving the house. Rocket League's better than leaving the house. These are all true. Except for what Cry said. I don't think there are any other games, are they? I don't play any other games. Rocket League is it. Rocket League is life.
The higher ranked players coming into this, weren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, Nob
I think
Daki, I think Champ 2, Nob Grand Champ, as we know. So they average around Champ 3. These guys are like Fringe Champ 1, Champ 2. That's a miss by Daki. Gives a huge opportunity to Washed Up. Nob's clear isn't very good either. They're going to get another chance at this. Daki and Nob both up. They're going to pinch out. They do survive momentarily. They need to win this match and the next one. They really needed to win the last one, let's be real. But it was the Washed Up boys in OT.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nob and Daki, they just probably hadn't had enough time to play together as these two boys on Washed Up have. I think that might be the biggest reason as to why the ranks aren't really mattering at the moment.
Yeah, Nob and Daki have played in the casual twos that we do a few times. Not with
Have
much
they?
success, I must say. Yeah, not with much success. I think they've been in there a couple of times. Might have been first rounded, or maybe even made it to the second round once, perhaps, from memory. My memory's not that good, but I think that they wouldn't have gone past the semis.
Yeah, so they've only had their experience playing in the twos then, in the first and second rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which-
Obviously not as much as
Sure.
Foggle and Cam. What a shot by Nob. Sorry, mate, cut you
Yeah,
off.
I mean, all good, all good. Yeah, it really is going to be these mechanics and just the general proficiency from Nob here that are going to need to carry this team at the moment if their rotations aren't going to fix themselves quickly.
Yeah, well, they have the lead. I thought they actually had the ascendancy for a lot of game number 1. Ended up losing it in OT, unluckily. But like we know, it was the Washed Up boys that took the first 2 goals of that game. But this time it is KATB who open up the scoring. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going. It's a good dribbling play by Dak. Can't get it around Confoggle. He shoots it wide. And looking to the midfield. Nob again with the dunk. That one goes wide. Doesn't net him a goal this time. Dak moving in. Good rotations from the KATB boys as this attack is prolonged. That's an awkward bounce for them, though. Confoggle takes this through the midfield. One of those boys needs to commit. It was Daki who went.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
I believe Nob thought it was his. Daki ended up going. Nob had to put the car back into reverse at this point, which stopped his ability to save that ball. And a poor bit of communication from the KATB boys costs them their lead.
A good shot from Confog as well, even though, that's very, as I say that, he backflips on the goal line.
Someone once told me that your best moment's always followed by your worst. Seems to be true on so many occasions.
I mean, yeah, the best moments always make the worst ones look much worse when they're after it.
The old backflip in goals when the ball's hit directly at you always looks bad. Does happen to the best of us. Daki with a good play. Gets the ball in, crossbar down and in for their third. Good advantage in game number 2.
Yeah, Nob and 2 balls are taking this game's lead, whereas they were down for most of the last match. Actually, for all of the last match, weren't they?
Nob's donated $1. Let's go, team. Let's go. It's not Nob. I think it was probably Sheep. Cheering on his team. Interested to know where their head's at the moment. Are they feeling good? Are they feeling bad? Game down in a must-win series. Sheep in comms with them at the moment. Oh, that's a good centering ball from Cam.
Oh my.
Confoggle slams it in past Nob, stranded in a 2v1.
Yeah, it's these team plays that are really keeping them in the match here.
Actually, a beautiful cut-in board in the pass from Confoggle. Nob had nothing to say about that one. Great goal from the Washed Up boys. Good kickoff from Daki. That's a good bounce as well. That's actually open for Nob. He sends it way high. Confoggle up quick to shoot it away. Daki going to move in for a challenge on Confoggle. Gets it clean into the middle of the field. It's an awkward touch from Daki. Nob not expecting it again and pushes Nob into an awkward position. And I'm not sure that shot from Cam was on target until Nob redirected it. It might have been. It was an awkward touch from Daki. Nob was not expecting it, like I said before. And the good shot
that
comes in
one
from Cam.
Not quite on target. Nob panicked a little bit. so it was a good... Oh, my.
Oh, but they can't work it out again. The KATB boys, their own worst
Oh, my
nightmare at the
God.
moment. And Daki and Nob, I think, are stranded on 0 boost in their attack. And it's going to be
Another
Cam.
goal. That's
Oh,
right.
Nob does keep it out. They have surrendered their 2-goal lead. They need to work this out. So many double commits coming from them in the later stages of this second match. Costing them dearly. Nob again in a 2v1 in defense. He's been eliminated by Cam. And they need to be playing a lot smarter. Dakaran giving the ball up in the midfield. Nob eliminated in the 2v1. And they have surrendered a 2-goal game. And they now trail by a goal. Confoggle dropping shade in the Twitch chat for some reason.
I suppose so. Singular GC as well.
I'm sure if that was the case, you would actually be GC.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of Dakaran and Nob having such similar playstyles that they're just they're both trying to do the same things at the same time, and it's not working out terribly well.
I'm not sure if Cam saved that. I don't know if Nob's shot was on target or whether it just missed, but it looked like a good save from Cam. Wasn't credited on the scoreboard. Credited it. That's a difficult thing to say. They've got a minute left now, the KATB boys, to score a goal. Well, that decision to not send Nob in for the ones could be catastrophic, series defining, as it could turn out. Fogel pushes this one downfield. They've got 45 seconds to defend this slender lead. Daki takes to the air for this one. It's going to center it to Nob. It's a touch over the top of Nob. I'm not sure whether that was a planned play, but it wasn't the touch they were after. As the net is open for Nob, we see both of the washed-up boys in the corner for some reason. And the play was not very good from KATB, but the ball was actually centered by Cam. Confoggle in the corner looking for some boost. And after throwing some shade, they have been equalized.
Boys and Washed Up only need to win this one to win the whole cruise battle.
They certainly do.
This is very, very important for Nob and Daki.
I'd imagine they're not crowd favourite after throwing a little bit of salty shade in the chat. Without actually having the win, Daki gets the bump on the goalkeeper, enough to throw him off. And they had 45 seconds, only moments ago, 2 goals down to equalise. And now they are in front by a goal. No, they were 1 goal down, sorry. They were 1 goal down, weren't they? But now they are in front. They have found the 2 goals. They go for the fake kickoff again. Daki is back to keep this one out. Chips it high. 7 seconds. He needs to make at least some kind of touch. He doesn't. And Confoggle will have a chance to put this ball in for Cam. But this time Nob goes, no thanks, not today. We're taking this to game number 3.
Confog probably eating his words after losing that match.
Let's see if Confog appears back in the Twitch chat. We are all interested to hear from him right now. And I'm sure Sheep will be telling. I'm sure. Yeah. Steve-O, see, this is the thing. This is the problem I had. He wants to be called Confoggle, but he only has 1 G in his name. And that's why I called him Confoggle back in the day, when everyone laughed at me for calling him Confoggle. Weird. Regardless, we haven't seen him back in the Twitch chat. And I'm sure that Sheep will be letting the boys know that some shade was thrown. So let's see how Daki and Nob handle the pressure that they are under. In fact, both teams under the same pressure, really. This game number 3 of the 2s will define the entire series. Dakaran looking to take to the air. Does well, actually. Gets a good challenge on Cam. Pushes the ball wide. Nob takes the boost, knowing that he can get back to a strong defensive position. This is open, and Nob has missed with 0 boost. He couldn't get around it. How did Nob use 100 boost getting from the corner to the middle of the field? I'm not too sure, but all he needed was about 5 to get around the ball to shoot. Must have got a little bit excited. And the challenge in the midfield from Daki yields a goal for Washed Up. I'm still not sure how Nob used 100 boost to get from the corner of the field to the middle. And found himself with none to get around the ball.
You just have no momentum left, or
he just couldn't. Yeah, he just didn't. He wasn't at supersonic when he got to the ball. If he had have been, he would have been able to get around it, to get around the ball and shoot it on target. This time, Daki needs a bump. In fact, he doesn't. It was actually, I think Cam was trying to avoid the bump, ended up cutting midfield to get around him. Just as effective as a bump. Let's have a quick look. I think Cam cuts mid. No, he cuts around the back. No, he should have actually saved that. Dakaran, no effect at all on Cam on that occasion.
I think maybe
oh, sorry, yeah.
Pre-faking the ball so that he wouldn't get bumped if Daki did go for it, but Daki didn't end up going for it at all.
Thanks, Sharkbait. Forgot about that. I left my overlay up again, as is tradition these days. I think we're going to run into that problem a lot. We might have to ditch it. It is nice to have it there in between games because it makes it look a bit cleaner, but if it's going to be a problem, we may have to ditch it.
Yeah.
Not sweeping around.
I mean, I got the hang of it after the first series.
Yeah, I don't think I've done it. I think that's the first time I've done it for a while. I haven't been really looking at the actual look at the stream for a while, so...
Yeah.
It's my bad, it's my bad. Oh, good centering ball from Nob. He's going to chase it up himself. And they have the lead in game number 3 again. Well, that might be the first time. I think it was actually Washed Up that took the first goal, right? So it's KATB who are coming back strong here. Over a minute and a half gone. 3 goals on the board in total. Interesting to see where this one takes us. Who is your money on, bud?
Well, I mean, I think we might be seeing a Nob and 2 balls win here, I think. Confog and Cam, they play well together, but there are just those few moments like this where Nob just comes in and cleans up.
Well, that was
He's always in the right situation, yeah.
Beautiful play by Dak. Gets a beautiful double touch middle. Confoggle actually with his car facing towards his own net. The ball ends up going mid behind him. And Nob comes in and cashes in on those points. And they have extended their lead to 2. Confoggle and the Washed Up boys have struggled ever since throwing shade in the Twitch chat, although they are going to concede a goal here. They don't. And I don't mean to laugh, but that was an amusing look as Dakaran goes for the bump play. Nob walks the ball in from downfield. The ball comes out off both posts for the Washed Up boys.
And it looks like what I said's coming true. We're just seeing Nob being in the right place at the right time, knowing what's going to happen, getting a good read on the ball, and just capitalizing when he needs to. It'll be interesting to see whether Confog and Cam can get those team plays back up and working, because I think that's what's going to be their best chance at winning this.
Yeah, I think maybe Confoggle not using his best judgment to jump into the Twitch chat and throw shade at one of the crowd favourites of the stream in Nob.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Get you.
they're not going to have many fans after this event.
The pitchforks are coming out.
GC equals greater than Confoggle, says Drafty. It seems that way right now. Daki with a bit of work to do here. It's Cam that moves in, doesn't make contact. In fact, neither player makes contact. Daki's going to walk this out with a touch into Cam. Goes wide. Nob's not going to challenge this one. He knows that that battle is lost. Gets a beautiful 50 here. Recovers. That net is open. And this time he makes good work of it. Has the boost to get around it. And they have 5 goals on the board. And we see plenty of healthy quick chat coming in from the boys on KATB. Things a little bit dry on the side of Washed Up. Sheep holding up here. Crush saying anyone's better than Confoggle. Crikey. I can tell that Confoggle has got under some people's skin in the chat, and I am not surprised. It's an interesting thing to do to come out and flex mid-series. In fact, he did it before a game was even finished. He did it mid-game in game number 2. A game that they did end up losing. And now, that seems a lifetime ago, as they are 5-1 down. A player eliminated from the field. And KATB looking strong, looking like they can get their first win of the tournament. Zucchini, how are you, my man? Welcome to the stream. Dakaran with the dish off the back wall. Beautiful play. 6 goals on the board. Can they Brazil them to rub a little bit of salt into the very fresh and very open wounds of Washed Up?
And every comment in Twitch chat making the wound worse.
prize pool. There is no announced prize pool for this yet, Zucchini. We were looking to see how the tournament plays out for a while and see whether there's balancing issues, whether there's rules issues and that sort of thing before announcing a prize pool. Because traditionally, if you do this sort of thing and announce it from the start, you are committed. And if things aren't going well and you have to abandon the tournament for whatever reason, you still need to pay out said prize pool. So we were looking to delay that until later on.
Yeah, we've already changed the rules a little bit once as well, so that's part of the process. You don't want to keep poor rules with the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's I mean, this is the first edition or the first ever season of whatever you want to call it of this. So there's going to be some cracks that we need to fill in, which I think we are doing sort of on the fly. Hopefully we can breeze through season 1 of this pretty quickly and we can move into a second season where we have a much better understanding of the system and maybe a lot of input from the community about what they think could make it even better than it already is. I think it's actually going pretty well. I think it's a lot of people are having a lot of fun with this one. But the way it's going, it looks like we're going to fly through these. This is going to be our 5th completed match in the first 2 days of the thing, and it's a Wednesday and Thursday that we've played, so looking pretty good at the moment. It is KATB that win. They take out the series and they take out the match in total. Congratulations to them. Shark